Wait, are you sorry or not? Because that was confusing. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 failed celebrity apologies. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at various celebrity apologies that many people have claimed to be disingenuous or just straight up inadequate. We will not be including politicians on this list, so both Anthony Weiner and Donald Trump will not be included, despite their rather lackluster apologies. Number 10. Paula Deen. If you're gonna release an apology video, you should probably make it watchable. Deen and her brother, Bubba Hires, found themselves in trouble when Lisa Jackson, a manager at Uncle Bubba's Seafood and Oyster House, alleged that her work environment was rife with racial discrimination. In a subsequent deposition, Deen then admitted to using the N-word in the past. Her apology video was a mess and contains a long pause while Deen simply stares at the camera. This video was then taken down and replaced by another. And Deen's not even the only chef who's bad at saying sorry. In 2017, Mario Batali promoted his cinnamon rolls at the bottom of an email apologizing for past sexual misconduct. That's just a recipe for disaster. Number 9. Mischa Barton. On July 5, 2016, Alton Sterling was fatally gunned down by police in Louisiana. Like many others, Barton took to social media to condemn the shooting, but her condemnation came equipped with a carefully shot photo of Barton on a boat in a black bikini holding a glass of wine. Many people criticized her choice of accompanying photo, causing Barton to take to Twitter to apologize if the photo, quote, went out of context. This is a double fail because A, what does that even mean? And B, she pulled the classic "I'm sorry if" apology, which has never sounded sincere in the history of ever. Number 8. Shia LaBeouf.
A B-.
It takes guts to plagiarize an apology when you are apologizing for plagiarism. LaBeouf created an independent movie about an online film critic titled HowardCantor.com. However, fans immediately noticed that LaBeouf's film bore a striking resemblance to the Dan Clowes comic Justin M. Damiano. And by striking resemblance, we mean they felt it was basically ripped straight from the comic, dialogue and all.
Okay, here's the dream. Your B-, dream gone.
LaBeouf took to Twitter to apologize, but others quickly noted that his initial tweet was ripped straight from a user on Yahoo Answers. Like, literally ripped. Capitalized IS and everything. There are compulsive liars, but LaBeouf made himself appear to be a compulsive plagiarizer. Number 7. Mel Gibson. An apology following an anti-Semitic rant must be the apology to end all apologies. And Mel Gibson's was certainly not that. In July 2006, Gibson was arrested for drunk driving. He then infamously unleashed an anti-Semitic rant on the officer, declaring that Jews were responsible for every war and asking him if he was Jewish. He then issued a painfully brief one-paragraph apology, complete with the capper, quote, "I apologize to anyone I may have offended." This apology was so subpar that he issued a much more thorough and heartfelt apology a few days later. But by that point, his reputation was all but destroyed.
You really are crazy.
Number 6. Akon. In 2007, Akon infamously simulated various sex acts with an underage girl on stage. When footage was released, Akon was suddenly subjected to a whirlwind of controversy.
Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no.
His apology starts wholesome enough, but it soon spirals into his attempts to place the blame on someone else. After saying that he never intends to take advantage of those under 18, Akon said, quote, "That is why we tried to make sure that the club did not admit anyone under 18 in the audience." Somehow, that standard was not met. True enough, but an apology never sounds sincere if you redirect the blame at someone else.
Even though the blame's on you.
Number 5. Justin Timberlake. Super Bowl 38 is now a thing of television legend. During the halftime performance, Timberlake famously ripped off a piece of Janet Jackson's clothing, revealing her bare breast to the masses. Some people were convinced that the incident was staged, while others believed it to be nothing but a simple wardrobe malfunction. While the incident wasn't solely Timberlake's fault, he apologized at the Grammys, complete with a huge grin and the famous non-apology line, quote, "I apologize if you guys were offended."
What occurred was unintentional, completely regrettable, and I apologize if you guys were offended.
Whether you think it was JT's fault or not, you gotta admit that looks and sounds like one insincere apology. Number 4, Michael Richards. For an example of an actor completely ruining their career and reputation in mere minutes, see Michael Richards. All the goodwill that Richards had accumulated on Seinfeld was completely evaporated on November 17, 2006, when he went on an insanely racist tirade against black audience members. He then attempted to apologize on Letterman during an interview with Jerry Seinfeld, but it was so awkward that the audience legitimately thought it was a joke and began to laugh.
Said some pretty nasty things to some Afro-Americans. A lot of trash talk.
You know you messed up when the audience literally laughs at your apology. Number 3, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. This celebrity pair, who were a couple at the time, were busted in Australia for illegally bringing their pet dogs into the country. It sounds silly, but it's a serious matter, as it breaches Australia's biosecurity laws, and it could have even seen Heard serving 10 years in prison. However, when they were cleared on all major charges, they were forced to apologize in a scripted video. And boy, does it show.
I am truly sorry that Pistol and Boo were not declared. Protecting Australia is important.
Declare everything when you enter Australia.
Bordering on groans and eye rolls, this apology was clearly the product of a legally binding condition. Even Deputy Prime Minister Barnaby Joyce admitted his belief that the pair wouldn't have done it of their own accord. Number 2, Harvey Weinstein. 2016 was the year of celebrity deaths. 2017 was the year of celebrity sexual abuse allegations, and it all started with Weinstein. In October 2017, the New York Times reported that over a dozen women had come forward with sexual abuse allegations aimed at him, and it resulted in a truly unusual apology from Weinstein. In it, he declares that Hollywood culture was different in the 60s and 70s, misquotes Jay-Z, and mentions that he would be focusing his attention on the NRA. There's really no coming back from sexual abuse, but this apology only added fuel to the fire. Number 1, Kevin Spacey. Arguably the biggest star sunk by the Weinstein effect was Kevin Spacey, when actor Anthony Rapp declared that Spacey allegedly made advances on him when Rapp was only 14. This caused Spacey to issue what is probably the worst apology in human history. While he states that he doesn't remember the encounter, he agrees that it could have happened, and goes on to use his apology as a platform for coming out, the timing and wording of which impressed few in the LGBTQ+ community.
Really, I think that the unfortunate thing is that he somehow tried to mix the idea of pedophilia and homosexuality as if they had anything to do with each other.
Many people saw this as nothing but an attempted diversion from the issue at hand, and Spacey's reputation was permanently destroyed.
And like that, he's gone.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.